Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me today. It's Allan Laboucan with the Rocks and Stocks News website. I've got a new regular guest in Ewan Downie from i-80 Gold. They just had a couple good news releases out. We're going to have a quick update. Thanks for joining us, Ewan.
Thanks for having me again. You know, we're so busy. Maybe we should just make this a daily call.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, not only is Ewan a friend of the show, his company is a sponsor of the website, which I really appreciate, but most importantly to our audience, he's a friend of shareholders. I started covering this at about $2.40. They're $3.33 right now, and I think they've got a lot higher to go, especially considering today's news release. The highlights are 12.8 meters or 12.8 grams over 6.1 meters. 16.3 grams of gold over 7.1 meters, 14 grams of gold over 10 meters, and 16.4 grams of gold over 3.4 meters, 16.5 grams over 5.3 meters, and 5.1 over 6.7 meters. No need to smear those grades, Ewan.
No, it's a good zone. We're following up on some holes that were drilled about 20 years ago by Homestake at first when they had this project years ago. And then Barrick did 2 follow-up holes. All of them hit high grade in this area, but were never followed up by Atna. So it's been, it was one of the targets we identified early as having a significant upside potential. So we just got the assays for the first 4, but I think we finished 16 holes into the zone now. So we're defining it sort of at 50-meter centers, and it's looking really good, Alan. It's it looks like a very continuous width on it is probably 4 to 5 meters, and it's completely open. I think we got the tiger by the tail with this one.
Yeah, averaging close to half an ounce per ton, and this isn't infill. This is expansion drilling, right?
Yeah, this is outside of the current resource. The current resource grades are over 10 grams per ton at the Granite Creek deposit. And this is sort of the down dip extension. And we're trying to figure it out because holes 1, 3, and 5 of today's release are hitting the mineralization on this, the contact between the 2 major rock units, the Comus rock units, whereas hole 4 has it in 2 different places. And it was drilled, we think, on the other side of it's called the CX West fault. So there may be a bit of an offset on the stratigraphy. And instead of there being multiple faults, there's just one fault as you continue north. But there's another hole from where we're drilling, another 400 meters further north, that hit 3 intercepts of mineralization up to 16 grams per ton. So it looks like there's a pretty good strike length to continue chasing here. And then it's completely open at depth. So it's pretty exciting. We're right beside Turquoise Ridge. Turquoise Ridge is one of Nevada Gold Mine's largest operations in Nevada. It's basically a 25 million ounce gold deposit, and we're drilling right beside it.
You know, you're an exploration at heart, and you love that high grade gold. You and I can see your enthusiasm for these results. You're pretty excited, aren't you, man?
Yeah, it's you know, you don't rare 600 meters of continuous mineralization on strike
with high grade.
That's hard to find, as you know.
And it's not over little narrow intersections. That's mining width plus.
Yeah, we're optimistic that this might be something that we can long hole mine in the future, whereas the upper parts of the mine will probably be more cut and fill. The ground conditions look pretty competent where we're drilling, so we're very, I guess, cautiously optimistic, because that's 4 assays out of 16 holes. But as the press release said, our head geo did the quote that we've seen good alteration.
Yeah, let me read that. Ewan, Tyler Hill is a senior geologist, and he said, and I quote, "The expansion program at Granite Creek is demonstrating the significant upside opportunity and confirm the potential to materially increase high-grade resources." He goes on, "The fault structures are becoming more competent at depth, suggesting the potential for increased widths, improved ground conditions, and mineability, and enhanced continuity within the gold bearing structures. Visually, every hole of the step out program has intersected strong alteration and faulting, end quote. You know, there's a lot in that comment. You're getting a handle on the faulting, better rock conditions, increased widths. That's a big mouthful there, Ewan.
Yeah, and it's pretty exciting because we have what we do internally is we get every project when we're drilling to send out a daily quick log so that the geos at another site stay involved, not just in their own project, they're involved more in what the company's doing. So we have a daily quick log that goes out, and it's pretty frequent we get pictures. So that's a good thing when you open up your daily quick log and there's pictures attached, you know they saw something they liked. And
well, keep those pictures coming, Ewan. I know you're really on a tight schedule today. Before I let you off the horn, we got to talk about that PEA a little bit. The biggest thing that stood out, two things stood out to me: low capex and the internal rate of return, even using the Newmont and Barrick processing facility, is like 33% or something like that.
34, yeah.
Sounds to me like you guys can bring those OPEX and CAPEX numbers down and increase the margin.
Yeah, the study that we just completed showed all-in sustaining cost of just under $1,000, and we're optimistic once we get the Lone Tree autoclave running, instead of paying Nevada Gold Mines for processing pursuant to our agreement, we should be able, depending on the grade, to bring our costs down about probably somewhere between $50 and $100 per ounce. So that's going to be a big gain once we get all that project up and running. And the open pit portion of that PEA also contemplate us building a CIL development of this project. By the way, the PEA we're talking about is it's for the same property these drill results come from. So there is an open pit project we're advancing there, and the study contemplates building a CIL plant on site. But with the acquisition of Lone Tree, we now own a CIL plant too. So there's a couple of, we think, considerable. There's going to be a drop in, the long-term capex for the project, because I'm pretty doubtful we'll end up building a CIL on the site. And once we get Lone Tree up and running, we'll be able to drop our per ounce costs. So I'm expecting the numbers to get better as we deliver a feasibility study in the future.
You and I mentioned to somebody earlier that you guys are really hitting it out of the park. Since this Granite Creek came on stream for you guys, it's been one excellent news release after another. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thanks. And they're, we're expecting a lot more. The underground drill program is getting a lot of high grade. The deposit's a little more chopped up actually near surface, and we're finding that continuity at depth. So it's pretty exciting. And at depth, we're only drilling down, 350 meters is what we're calling deep. So it's still pretty shallow. We've got a long way to go, and we'll be continuing to step out into next year. And hopefully this thing just gets bigger and bigger.
Well, there's a saying that grade is king. I think grade is queen and continuity is king. And
yeah,
I think you guys are getting that king and queen combination.
Yeah, nice marriage.
You got it, Ewan. I'm going to let you go. I know you're busy. Let me close things off. As always, I like to say my shows are for information purposes only. It's important for you to do your homework, and do that homework with i-80 Gold. If you're looking to get into gold exploration and development companies, I don't think you can find one better than this. They've got the high grade, they've got continuity, they've got mine production, they're hitting on all cylinders. The news flow is excellent, and they've got that ability to have that Nevada premium. I really think that this company is following the path that brought Barrick Gold from a small producer into a major. And they're doing that in Nevada, just like young American Barrick did. And I think, if they keep following this path, the valuation is going to be in the billions. And they're still cheap relative to that potential. And I think that this is one that investors who want exposure to gold, but want a little less risk, but still have that potential to see big moves when gold goes and when drill results come in. This is one for you to take a look at. So do your homework and we'll speak to you soon. Thank you very much.